Internet. You're now listening to the Combat Jack Show podcast, broadcasting. It's not live, but when you hear it, it's live. You know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud, all streaming platforms. Pick one, choose one, your favorites, and all that. We're there. You know what I mean? Shout out to the entire Loudspeaker Network family. One-time salute to the OG Combat Jack. You know, he's out here fighting for his life, man. You know, like I told y'all in the previous episodes, tweet at him, send him a direct message. He'll see it. He'll reply, you know, in due time. And you know, in the meantime, just, you know, continue to pray for the big homie. And, you know, we got him, man. Combat Cancer, the hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Brother Christopher, what up, man?
What's shaking with you? What's going on?
Yo, you caused a lot of problems.
I did.
Yeah.
My bad. I ain't mean to upset y'all.
Yo, you got to relax, man. I told you that, man. You got to stop talking about your past experiences with Muslim women.
We got to get through that, man. We got Uncle Luke in the building. We can't do that. We can't talk about my
I
transgressions.
just
spoiled it,
right? We were supposed to build that up.
My bad.
You can't just announce that like that.
My bad. Pardon me.
But since he said it, you know what I mean? We got the return of the big bro, the big homie, Uncle Luke in the building. What's up, Uncle Luke?
Appreciate it, man. I'm good. What about yourself, man? Sorry to hear about my man Combat Jack.
Crazy.
That's my dog there, you know. But it's just a reminder that everybody need to, you know, African-American men, you know, die from colon cancer more than any other race of men in the world. So
we eat a lot of bullshit too.
Yeah, we eat a lot of bad things, and you know, it's important to go get yourself checked out.
Yep.
So you can catch it before. You know, I got myself checked out. You know, it took something, you know, for me to go. I'm like, okay, I want to stay a virgin. You know, and I'm like, okay. But then the real talk, the hardest part of it is drinking that shit.
Oh, you got to drink a fluid or something like that?
You drink that fluid, that's the hardest part of it. And they take you in. Mm-hmm. You know, you drink the fluid and you go to the bathroom all night. You go in the next morning. They put you go sit in the bed. They roll you over. They hit you with that Novocaine, put you out. Before you know it, they're like, okay, it's done.
It all that?
It feels like it's 5 minutes.
But did they show you what they're gonna use to the instrument?
Not really.
You don't feel it at all, though.
You don't feel nothing. No after pains, like somebody done violated you or something. You know, I know most dudes feel that way. You know, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta feel like I'm violated. You know, when it's over, I gotta still feel some after effects. You don't feel nothing.
But you're up though. You was knocked out.
No, doc, they put you out. No, they put you under. You go under, and you know they do it. But then at the end, they show you. You know, everything, and they show you, you know, even before they'll show you some of the things that they look for, some things that you could catch, you know, like little brown spots. You can catch that, and they say they can cut it out while they're doing the colonoscopy at the time if there's little ones. See, it start off little, and then, you know, when you don't catch it, they get big, and it spreads, and before you know it, you're in deep trouble. Yeah. So I'm happy that I did it. You know, you got to go back, you know, after you do it, and every 5 years.
Just monitor it.
Yeah, because they can catch it. They can catch it. And that's the most important part of it. So, I mean, shit, we didn't.
That's interesting that you say that because it's just awareness, I guess, of the process. And I think that's what a lot of men, you know, them not being aware of it, you know, they might be skeptical of doing it because they're like, oh, shit, something got to go in my ass. And,
you don't even feel it. You don't feel nothing. Yeah. After, you know, obviously you knocked out.
Right.
But, you know, you would think, okay, man, I'm going to be feeling some kind of way afterwards. Like I done had something shoved up my ass and all that. Jesus you don't feel nothing. I'm telling you. You don't feel nothing. They go in there. It's almost like whatever little thing they go in there and they check around and all that. And, you know, and you good. And it's better to know that you're good. And if they can catch that shit before it get bad.
And you said the hardest part was to drink the fluid.
The fluid.
It's nasty or what?
It's nasty shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
It tastes like
it's not Ciroc. It's not lemonade.
Well, it tastes like lemons, but it tastes like, you know, tastes like you're drinking slime. You know, you got to drink a bunch of that shit. You got to not eat nothing, and it's like a gallon at a time.
Shit.
That you drink it and it just flushes you out, and You know, you lose a lot of weight in the process, but, you know, good to go.
Yeah. All right, on a lighter note.
Yeah, I just gave y'all education on colonoscopies. Go get it done.
Yes.
Especially over 40.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, the last time you was on the show, you had released the book, The Book of Luke.
Yeah.
How's it been since the release?
I mean, it's been crazy, man, because so many people read the book, you know, and the book did very good and it's still, you know, selling to this day right now.
Yep.
And people learned a lot about Miami. People learned a lot about, you know, Southern hip hop, how I created it. And people got more educated on the game than anything, you know, because, again, you know, a lot of people just go through life and not know the history, you know, and it gave people opportunity to understand South Beach, what
Right.
it was before, to know that black people weren't allowed over there after 6 o'clock in the 80s. You know, that just blew people's mind. And just to know, you know, deep stories about going to the Supreme Court and things like that and the struggles that we had to go through, you know, when we were fighting censorship and all that. So, you know, and after that, because of the book doing so successful, I ended up getting a movie deal with Lionsgate, and we're currently right now writing the movie, and, you know, got 35 pages done. That's been approved, and another 35 should be done and approved by the end of January. And we should hopefully be shooting in the middle of the year. So, I mean, some great things has happened after the book.
So
And I got a fucking award from BET.
Yes, you did.
I guess they had to give, Stephen Hill had to leave. You know, he's not my cup.
Block.
Yeah, he's not my cup. I'm
But
not his cup of tea.
We'll get to that in a second. Now I know you got a lot going on, you know, past rap. You know what I mean, which is so dope, because, you know, you would think that as you know, transition out of, you know, the studio for you know, in the recording process of being an artist, and transitioning to, you know, movies and books, literary works. What brings you to New York City this trip? I mean, I know you got a lot going on, but just for the listeners who's not aware.
Well, I mean, what brings me here, you know, they named the award after me for SB Nation, you know, one of the, a fan favorite award.
And top, it's the Piesman Award, right?
Piesman Award.
Yep.
So I did that. I did that tonight, which is an honor to have an award named after you, you know, for, you know, one of the, you know, a fan favorite award. So, I mean, that's great. You know, and I, you know, came here, did that earlier tonight, and, you know, and one of my good friends, Jerome McDougal, won the award. So
nice. That
was good. You know, and just, you know, and, I mean, just to be a part of that. I mean, SB Nation is big. You know,
Yep.
I'm big into sports. If anybody know, I mean, they know me is music and then it's sports. I mean, just last week I was on, you know, ESPN Game Day.
Yep.
You know, talking sports on the set of that big show. So, you know, and just, you know, letting people know, you know, about some of the things that I'm doing. You know, we just wrapping up shooting a TV show, you know, with LeBron James in conjunction with his company.
And that's going to come out on Starz, right?
That's going to come out on Starz, and you know.
When is it slated to be released?
Sometime in the fall.
Okay.
You know, I'm pretty sure I'll be back. You know, running through, doing the press on that particular project. But we got quite a few things going on. You know, and I'm happy about. You know, we're doing sports. The wife is, you know, being very successful, representing some of the kids that I coached in football, and they're doing good. To see some of the kids that you know, rode in the truck at 8 years old and playing in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Now at 21, you know, that's good, and my youth program is doing good. I'm good with that.
Let me switch gears real quick, since you know we established, you know, that you're heavy in the sports world, obviously.
Yeah.
What is your take on, like, you know, this is coming out. This will be 2 weeks since this happened, but the Pittsburgh Steelers player that got injured, he had a spinal injury. Rozier, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on, like, the safety measures that a lot of players are coming out, you know, saying that some measures need to be taken. Some measure needs to be taken in light of this situation. Then there's some that's out here saying that You know, you can't make football into a flag football league. You know,
Right.
Do you think it's an issue with safety concerns?
Well, I think it's an issue with safety concerns. I mean, Shazier is probably, you know, and my heart goes out to him and his family, and I hope he recovers from his injury. But he's probably one of the most physicalist players in the NFL.
Right.
I mean, Shazier is known for being physical beyond physicality. You know, to see him go down like how he went down.
That was scary, man.
It was scary, but, you know, Shazier done put a whole lot of guys to sleep. You know, he is.
So it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory. So I'm pretty sure he's probably one that can understand it more than anybody because that's what he do.
Right.
He inflicts punishment upon opponents. But even with that said, you know, being a person who, you know, I got a youth football league over 29 years. You know, thank God we haven't had any kids that get seriously injured, you know, out there on the field. But when you look at the NFL, you know, the NFL, I don't think they're doing enough to protect the players. You know, coming from a league that's being sued by its former players for concussions.
Yeah.
You know, these little payoffs of, you know, a couple $1 million for 1,000 guys ends up to being $10 a guy.
Right.
You know, somewhere down those lines, and then they have to end up suing again. You know, I look at the NCAA, and I was talking about this the other day. I look at the NCAA, you know, and their rules and regulations when it's involved in targeting.
Right.
Their targeting rules are if you target a guy, you get kicked out of that game, and you get kicked out of the half of the next game.
Right.
Now, the NFL rules is if you target a guy, you just get fined. You know, and those guys are making millions and millions of dollars. A $25,000 fine to knock the shit out of a dude ain't really, they just won't go to strip club that week. You know what I'm saying? So I think.
And you talk about target,
targeting, like leading with the head.
Like Gronkowski.
Yeah.
The cowardice act that he did the other day.
That was clear.
Great player, but his intent was
his
intent
off. Was bad. His intent
like,
was
what
bad.
if that dude had got injured, like severely injured?
Yeah.
Just because of, like, he went back after the play is dead. Dude wasn't looking. He had no awareness that this guy was 260 plus pounds, 6'5", just collapsed on his neck.
Yeah.
Like, on purpose.
And that shows you, the league, you know, and the league is just bullshit on its rules. You know what I'm saying? They enforce rules. They selectively enforce rules on certain people. He should have been kicked out the game and kicked out of 2 more games.
They gave him 1 game.
And left, and they gave him 1 game, which is all bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a slap on the hand, and they probably play some garbage team the next game, which is the Dolphins, who are not going to, which is not good. So that's a slap on the wrist for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys, you need to, the NFL, unless they get pressure from the media, then we'll give you 5 more. But they don't have no standings. They're doing nothing when it's time to do it in the proper time. Like I say, targeting, and they should adopt the same rules that they have in college football. But being that the NFL is a league driven by stars that have a star miss a game or half, you know what I'm saying? To them, that's like, oh, shit, we're fucking up our brand, our audience. The wrong guy might knock somebody out, and he might not be out there. We'll lose some studio audience and all that. It's not about, when it comes to the NFL, it is not about the safety of those guys, because if it really was, you would think twice. I'm going to lose a half a game check the next game. I'm going to lose a half a check this game if I get thrown out for leading with the head. So it becomes, no, you didn't play the whole game, so you don't get paid the whole check.
And a lot of these contracts aren't guaranteed.
None of them.
I think that's the confusion too. The fans don't understand how it works in the NFL, where a football player gets signed to a contract, and they'll get the signing bonus, which is guaranteed money.
Yeah.
But the actual life of the contract, if you're not performing or if you get injured, the team can just get rid of you.
Yeah, they can get rid of you. I mean, when you look at an NFL contract, when you look at a contract, a portion of the contract is guaranteed.
Right.
The signing bonus is guaranteed, and you might have, the first 3 years, and they got to pay you over that period of time, is prorated. That portion of the contract, you might have a guy sign a 6-year contract for $50 million, but then only $30 million of that $60 million is guaranteed, and that's over a period of time.
Right.
And so, they put those big numbers.
Right, it looks crazy.
Up,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got $100 million, which is bullshit.
Right.
The NBA, you got $100 million.
That's
baseball,
guaranteed.
That's guaranteed.
All guaranteed.
But then again, the quarterback's contract is guaranteed.
Right.
A lot of people don't know
They're
that.
the highest paid
we all
position.
know who play the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Those positions, that position is guaranteed whether you're coming in the league or not. And so, it's the NFL, the game is all fucked up. I mean, when you got a situation where they boycotting a guy like Kaepernick because he's speaking out on social injustice and systemic racism.
And be clear on that.
And,
don't get the message confused.
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of people keep, they'll negate his purpose and reduce it to the disrespect, the so-called disrespect of the flag when it had nothing to do with the flag.
And he constantly says that. He said it so many times, and
it's almost like they don't want to believe, or they don't want to acknowledge his truth,
right,
and his intent.
But exactly. But it's all about control. Billionaires feel like they can control us through the media.
Shout out to Jerry Jones.
I could buy enough. I could buy enough commercials on TV, or I could buy enough networks to then promote propaganda.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That propaganda is saying, he's a rapist, he's a rapist, he's a rapist. Oh, no, Kaepernick is talking about the flag. He's talking about the first responders. He's talking about the police. And Kaepernick, no matter how many times, he's going to say it one time, it's going to get lost in the message. And it's them, it's about changing the narrative. With them, we could change the fucking narrative. We got enough money. We got a billions of dollars contract with ESPN, billions of dollar contract with Fox, $1 billion contract with CBS. We're going to pump that this motherfucker is talking about the flag and any of them dudes that take a knee. It is not about, social injustice, and we ain't going to just address it. We just going to say that they're disrespecting the police. And people sit there, these dumb motherfuckers who, they just sit there and really believe that narrative.
Yeah.
Which is bananas to me.
Which, it's funny because I listen to a lot of sports radio, and I watch some of the TV shows, and a lot of these journalists, they promote that narrative too. And it's not even a color thing, because you see some of us out here, and I'm like,
that's a lot of Uncle Tom's.
I'm like, what's your? And it's so clear, like they don't even try to hide it. You know what I mean?
That's how they stay on them. That's how they stay on there. They'll listen.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They know it. Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the Stephen A. Smiths and all these guys in the world, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They'll sit there.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Man,
all
he's
them.
the worst.
I mean, Tom ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit right there and they'll hear the white guys talk, and they'll just pick up on that, and they'll hear another white guy talk, and another one. And then they'll say, oh, that's the narrative. That's where I need to stay at because I'm already a black guy. They're going to X me out. So I just need to be, defending that. And I'm saying that, which is all
Ray
bullshit.
Lewis?
And
Ray Lewis, too.
Ray Lewis, my homeboy.
Man.
I love him to death.
Yeah, but
I love him to Ray, my guy, but Ray, god damn.
Crazy.
He's just, it's just crazy. But unfortunately, and then what happens is they reward those guys.
Yeah.
Like Ray got a TV show now.
Right.
He's on fucking Showtime.
That's the thank you.
That's the thank you. You turn your back on black people and you say that's them and you not one of them.
Right on, Tom.
Get you a white wife. Which ain't nothing wrong with it if you really love her.
We don't want to open up those files, right?
Yeah, because you got in trouble last time.
I got in trouble.
So let me ask you: you have a weekly sports show in Miami?
Yeah, I do it once a week. That's the only time I got time for it. I go and set that motherfucker on fire.
You take calls and
yeah, take calls and everything.
Like I'm pretty sure you try to, be unbiased and try to be balanced.
I be hardcore.
But what do you say? Like, all right, so what I'm listening to right now, when I listen to ESPN radio, obviously because of the protesting or whatever, sports and politics kind of are one and the same, right? But I'm hearing the tone of the president's supporters, you know,
Right.
they're very displeased that a black man, biracial brother, is standing up for social injustices.
Right.
They don't talk about, you know, the police brutality that has occurred, which led him to do that. They kind of ignore it and ignore it on purpose. Like, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you maintain your you know, your composure, your intelligence, but, you know, kind of like, you know, not wring their necks, but, you know, these people are hostile, man. They don't say kind words or logical statements about this, and, you know, they bring up, you know, oh, well, these athletes are getting so much money, they should just chill out, or, you know, sit down and, you know, just be honorable citizens.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
stop being a thug. But
yeah.
those narratives, like you said, have nothing to do with
the actual message.
Purpose.
Yeah, and the purpose. I mean,
like how do you toe the line where, you know, you're respectfully disrespectful, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because you have to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like two things. With me, I could understand where Colin Kaepernick coming from because I experienced the same thing in the hip hop music business. You know what I'm saying? When I'm fighting for free speech,
right,
and I'm saying the shit that I'm saying on records, I pretty much got blackballed from the entire industry.
Yeah.
So that's why it became, you know, damn near 35 years later, I just get honored by BET. You know what I'm saying? Because I was fucking blackballed. You know, they were like, this motherfucker right here, even by us. And again, you know, and fast forwarded to right now, today with Kaepernick, he's being blackballed, but he's being blackballed more so, to me, by us again. It ain't the fucking white owners.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It is us because we don't take a stand. We're so quick, like the gentleman Malcolm, the guy from Philadelphia Eagles. Malcolm Jenkins. They give him fucking
almost $100 million.
$100 million, and then we so quick to, we got a check, so let's go away. You know what I'm saying? And they do that time and time again. But, you know, I did a column, you know, and it came out today. You know, I write for the Miami New Times, which is, you know, they own the Village Voice.
You're doing a lot, man.
Kind of papers, you know. And in my column, I talked about it, you know, because I was kind of struggling with it before. You know, I touch on it. I'm for Kaepernick, you know, for the struggle. But then I looked at it and I said, you know what? Why this shit ain't going away? And I started thinking about it a little more. It ain't going away because of what? It ain't going away because black guys, the white plantation owners, they don't have no respect for the black guys.
No.
Because the black guys don't have no respect for themselves. Why? It's about 4 agents, whites, in the NFL that represent all their ass. And so if you do this, when you put that black power fist up, that means black power. When they did that in 1968, they put black power fists up. That means black power, black empowerment, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. They put that fist up. You know what I'm saying? That meant something. That means black empowerment. That means we need to have a movement of ourselves. Right. So at the same time, you can't put that fist up, NFL player, and then say, I represent black power and black empowerment when your agent is white, your financial advisor is white, when your realtor is white, and you ain't never interviewed a black person to do anything for you to empower them. You might have a little restaurant. You know, say you might own some Papa John's and you have some kids up in there working, you know, and that you're saying, oh, well, I'm employing black kids in black communities and I'm doing something for my people.
Basically,
no.
Basically shut the fuck up.
So now if I'm an owner, think about it. If I'm an owner and you taking a knee and you talking about all this systemic racism and black power movement, and I know your motherfucking agent is a white boy, and you ain't fucking with no niggas doing no business with you, how the fuck am I have some respect for you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if them same brothers who taking that fucking knee start firing them goddamn agents is going to talk to the plantation owner and say, hey, y'all fucking up the business. The niggas are now taking control of the reservation for real.
And you see,
you know what I'm saying? If they when they do that, when they say, hey, when they affect their pocket and affecting their pocket ultimately affects the owner's pocket. Because again, when you got 4 guys representing everybody, those 4 guys representing all those players, they control what? The narrative of the money.
Right.
So I could talk to you, hey, Bob, shit, you got about 10 or 15 guys on my team. I know Malcolm want, $5 million, but let's work this shit out to being $3 million and just save $2 million and we'll give you a jug on another deal like that there. You get fucked. And so that is the issue. So when I look at it, they ain't gonna have no respect for them. The Jerry Jones and all them gonna start talking to them any kind of way.
Right.
Fire them goddamn white agents. If you fire them motherfuckers and fire the financial planners that they gave you, because you know what they're doing? They look at, they got the agent. The agent is friends with the GM, which is friends with the owner. They're looking into those guys' financials.
Yeah.
So when it's time to renegotiate the contract, I know you upside down. I know you done bought pussy all over the land and flew it in, and I know you got too many cars, and I know you got too many houses running around the country, so you are upside down. So now you're not negotiating from the standpoint of strength. You're now negotiating from weakness because you fucked up. You can't hold out. And that's how they got into this situation where they're in right now with the collective bargaining agreement.
CBA,
they are fucked up. And they getting ready to go in 2020 to
2020.
redo another deal, and these dudes are spinning out.
Very interesting.
Because them 4 agents, you know what them 4 agents doing? They got a run around, some black dude, and he helping you spend all your fucking money. He helping you spend. Because if you ain't hungry, you ain't going to keep performing.
Right.
And therefore, who ends up making the money? So them people looking at them motherfucking niggas like, niggas, you better stand the fuck up. I'll go home.
Well,
then, like, if you had a pocket full of money, what?
That leads to a bigger problem then, because
it becomes a bigger issue. Because
it's like if you don't get to the root of it, the cycle is just gonna fizzle out.
It's gonna fizzle out,
and then it gives the leverage to the same agents and the owners of these teams. When the CBA comes around, guess what they're holding over your neck?
Exactly.
Hey, now we're gonna put in if you don't stand and
that's gonna be the next thing. And you're going to have a little dude in the union who works for the fucking owners also. Yeah. He works for the owners, too. You're going to have him allow that dumb shit to get put in the contract. And then you're going to have another weak contract. Oh, we have new clauses in the contract where there's appearance and all that. They
got to stand strong, man, because the ripple down effect, goes to the colleges, goes to the high schools.
Yeah.
When you got these guys coming up, busting their ass, they come from the inner cities, and this is their shot.
Yep.
But, why shoot their opportunity in the foot, by not standing up? Because they're gonna bring this up in 2020 for sure.
Oh, no doubt about it.
The $100 million is already the first layer.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what we did for you guys. Now, what are you going to do for us?
They're going to add those clauses into that CBA, and that's going to be a real sticking point. And what's going to end up happening, they're going to know how much money the majority of the guys got, and majority of them guys going to be fucked up financially.
Yeah.
And they're going to eventually sign some bullshit, and it's going to affect kids coming up into the league going forward.
It's crazy.
And the government ain't going to do nothing.
No.
The damn the governmental part of the work department, they ain't gonna be like, oh, this is unethical. We need to have a hearing on this.
Yeah.
But again,
they
really want to do something.
Yeah.
Fire them goddamn agents and get you some black ones. I listed about a good 5 or 6 black agents that they can go fuck with.
Exactly.
That's real good. That take care of people. It's 1,000 financial planners out there that do good financial work, that makes a lot of white people a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Go hire their ass and let them do the finances on your money, and that shit will really get reeled in.
Yep. We need more some more black agents. Support for this week's episode of the Combat Jack Show comes from HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers your favorite step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can cook, eat, and enjoy. With HelloFresh, all the ingredients are delivered right to your door in recyclable insulated packaging and come pre-measured in handy labeled meal kits so you know which ingredients go with which recipe. And HelloFresh offers a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change weekly, including the Classic Plan, which comes with a wide variety of meat, fish, and seasonal produce. The Veggie Plan, vegetarian recipes with plant-based proteins. And the Family Plan, quick and easy meals the whole family will love. Better yet, You can choose the delivery day that works best for your busy schedule and even pause your account for weeks at a time. You won't spend all night in the kitchen because recipes only take around 30 minutes. Lots of one-pot recipes for seriously speedy cooking and minimal cleanup. Each week, there's a 20-minute meal on the classic menu for when you really don't have more time than that. HelloFresh offers balanced and satisfying meals that are very, very convenient and easy to use. For $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code COMBAT30. That's HelloFresh.com, promo code COMBAT30 to get $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. And now back to the show. How does it feel to be honored for the BET I'm Hip Hop Award?
Man, that felt some kind of way. It was great. It was a long time coming. You know, my dad always said the best is yet to come. You know, and so, you know, for it to happen, I wanted to happen before I leave here. You know, I didn't want to leave here, motherfuckers start honoring me and shit. You know, I'd be turning over my grave, you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to do what you want to do, how you want to do it. I ain't there to tell y'all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it was great that I got a lot off my chest.
Yes.
You know, it was great that Connie and the good people at BET, Jesse and all them decided to give me an award. And that was one of the first shows that she did from taking over from Stephen Hill.
Yes.
You know, I don't know why Stephen ain't never did it, but one day he'll probably have that conversation, me and him, to say why you ain't never
Adam.
Yeah.
Internet's at Stephen Hill. Ask him.
Why
he was slow. You know,
why he never honored me
under
his watch for so many years. But it was good because I was able to say something. I was able to touch a lot of people. Everybody that people that I come in contact with, whether white, green, black, purple, whatever it may be, you know, they were moved by my speech. You know, people felt a certain kind of way. A lot of people said they teared up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it was inspiring to them. You know, which I was happy about. A lot of people in the building, you know, were moved and were touched and was emotional because it went on for about 5 minutes. And I'm just happy to be able to touch people like that and inspire people, you know, through me being honored. So, you know, it was a great moment for me and a great moment for society. And you know, I got to tell people who the real fucking king of the South is.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk nice.
You know, and who fought for hip hop.
Right.
Because they weren't telling those stories. Nobody was, you know, on Combat Jack show.
Yep.
Yeah, this audience, Combat Jack, come on in. You know, hey man, let's talk. You know, let me educate these motherfuckers on the real deal.
Absolutely.
Because he know me. So the Combat Jacks of the world, I can talk about that to that audience, but for the masses, you know, they ain't know I was being blackballed. They ain't know I started hip hop in the South. They just thought this shit started with fucking Little John or somebody.
Right.
You know, they didn't know about the explicit lyrics and the parental advisory on the album. They didn't know I went to the Supreme Court.
Court.
You know, fighting for free speech, and I'm one of the only niggas that you know that. Probably that a lot of people had never met a guy that go to the Supreme Court.
It was probably, as far as on the politics side, outside, it was you and Pac that, you know, congressmen, senators, you know, took time out.
C. Dolores Tucker.
Yes. C. Dolores, yes. They took time. That was national news. That was like,
for real.
You know, we got problem with gangster rap. It was like, what? And this was the era. I was mad young, but I'm saying, like, this was a time where hip-hop wasn't what it is now. No. You're talking about what? It was a teenager. It's 40 years old now, right? So it's like they're still doing it. You know, they might not be doing it, you know, on C-SPAN, like, publicly, but they're doing...
They pick apart Kendrick lyrics and all of that.
Yeah, of course. But you got to keep fighting that shit. Do you feel that the award shows are doing the necessary task of honoring, acknowledging artists like yourself who paved the way for the present and the future? So you got the I know VH1, they do hip-hop honors. A lot of people have little gripes about that, you know what I mean, in terms of how it's presented. But do you think that they're doing enough for the culture in terms of, like, bridging that gap?
No, I don't think they're doing enough. I mean, you know, we've been in the music business for 100 years. I mean, over 35 years. And I mean, let's be real about it. You know, if you're on a major record label, the major record label, you know, then spends money with whatever particular show it is. That's why you'll see the artist who's performing, they're performing their new single that's getting ready to come out, or the person that's being honored is a person that's affiliated with that label, that major label, and that shit ain't real at all.
Right.
But the average person don't understand that it ain't real. The average person looks at it as like, fucking they're honoring this guy here for philanthropy and all this shit. But that's because he's on a major label. You know what I'm saying? When you see a guy, like myself, right? Just use me for example. And I love the brother to death, Snoop Dogg. If you don't know no better, you would think Snoop Dogg is the first rapper to start a youth football league.
Yeah.
Which is not the case because Snoop Dogg's on a major label and Luther Campbell is not. He has a major machine behind him.
Yeah.
They're gonna make, again, we go back to the narrative and how they pump that shit in the idiot box and now on the internet, and make people believe things that are really not true. Take that shit and run with it and you automatically, Snoop Dogg, youth football.
Right.
He started it. But we've been doing that shit 29 years ago. Started off with Chad Johnson being one of the first guys in the program, and that motherfucker retired. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is a lot of guys that I know doing great things. I mean, like Flo Rida. Flo Rida, that motherfucker gives so much money back in the community. You would think he would be honored. On one of these, the fucking the damn NAACP award.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For his philanthropy and his giving back. I mean, it's a lot of shit. A lot of guys do a lot of different things, and I just I see it for myself because one thing about them guys in Miami, they take after me. The Flow Riders, the Trick Daddies, the Pit Bulls of the world, and they know. Give back, goddamn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pull somebody else up. So they'll do that on the sponsoring level, and they know how to do it. You got a lot of other artists that do the same thing. Guys who put people on. I give out a put a motherfucker on award. You know what I'm saying? I get that shit out. How many motherfuckers did you put on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of guys be talking about, black power this, black power this, but you go in their office, ain't no black motherfuckers working in there.
Talk.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no names. I'm going to leave that shit alone, but they know who they are.
We need a hip-hop collective bargaining agreement.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they need to have how many motherfuckers you put on? And that's really black empowerment. How many people to put on award? Who you put on? They ain't got to be no rapper, singer, a joke teller. Who you put on? Who you put on this year? At the end of the year, I put this motherfucker on right here. I put 10 motherfuckers on right here. Now these motherfuckers is doing this and they doing that and they doing their thing and all that there. And they got business over here to put on award.
Right.
And
we need that.
We need that. Combat Jack to put on award. How many motherfuckers did you put on?
That's the truth, man.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't putting no motherfucker on.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. What's your take on the new wave of rappers out here now?
The new wave of rappers.
Yeah.
It was. I like a lot of those guys and girls. That's why when it was when I did the BET and I did the speech and they were listening to the speech and they were looking. You could see them. You could see them looking like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! This the nigga who started the South. I didn't know that. Dude,
that's crazy.
This motherfucker here. Oh shit! I'm looking at my daddy. This is the reason why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I look at a lot of these guys. I look at, guys like Chance the Rapper and all them. I look at a lot of the artists and I like a lot of them. I like Cardi B. I like Cardi B.
Cardi's killing it.
You know what I'm saying? Cardi killing it. I like that fucking story. You was a stripper and you came out the strip club and you got your shit right and you started rapping.
Internets, we got a lot of criticism. We interviewed her last March, and people, when we posted the picture before we released the episode, they was like, why would you interview her? I was like, because she got a story to tell. Yeah. And she's fucking dope. And we saw it before everybody else did. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then look what happened now. She's a phenomenon, a nationwide phenomenon, whether you like it or not.
Hey, King, she's from the Bronx, too. Just so you know.
Here you go.
He
finally the Bronx. Yeah,
he doesn't like
friend in the Bronx.
I'm a Brooklyn dude, you know.
Right. No beef for Brooklyn. I used to live in Brooklyn, but we're not going to get into that.
So you moved out of Brooklyn?
I was born and raised in the Bronx, and I lived in Brooklyn for like a year.
Yeah, tell Uncle Luke why, though.
I got engaged to a Muslim young lady.
Yeah.
She lived in Brooklyn, and I moved in with her, and we'll leave it at that. That was a...
So you couldn't take it. You need them fucking pork chops.
Nah, hey.
You need that BLT.
Hey, I gave up pork for her, though. I gave up pork.
Goddamn, I need my pork chops. I need that bacon in the morning. Bacon in the morning, goddamn it. Hold on, motherfucker.
Real quick before you wrap
So
this
you were
up.
all in, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All in.
Yeah. We talked about
But
it.
I stopped eating pork over 30 years ago. So, I mean, it's a good thing, but
It is.
yeah.
Yes.
But when you do it for love, it's amazing.
I think I grew from that, but it's not about me. It's not.
She wants you back.
I don't know. She see me now. She might.
Well, he revealed this information in the last episode, so he got chicks in commenting like, "Hey, can we go on a gym date?"
Oh, they're available.
Yeah, a lot of snow bunnies too.
Snow bunnies, I like the snow bunnies.
Yeah,
White girls, shouts out to the white girls out there. Pink toes.
white chocolates.
Yeah, hey, baby.
Head,
and more head. Y'all do it the best, baby.
Yo, what's the political climate in Florida post inauguration?
Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, what's the
People
what's the
we
temperature
want Trump
like,
to go, impeach that motherfucker, put him in jail, all that. I mean, it's just
in Florida?
Yeah.
So Florida is one of the states that
everybody feels stupid. All those motherfuckers who voted for him feel stupid right now.
Yo, this dude is a madman.
The bottom line was, when you look at it, Trump won by default because nobody wanted Hillary. You know what I'm saying? Here's a motherfucker that don't even wear dresses, and she claimed to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? You put a fucking dress on sometime. Dudes, a lot of dudes I know just ain't voted. Because they couldn't deal with voting for a woman.
Yeah.
I ain't fuck that shit. I know as soon as she get in, motherfuckers is going to start going to jail for sexual harassment and sexual whatever and all that, which motherfuckers is going to, they still running with that plan right now.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is going to jail anyway.
Yep.
Just imagine if she was president and all this shit that's going on right now.
Oh, my God.
It'd be worse.
All y'all ass would be nervous.
Everybody's
You couldn't even
done.
get on the fucking
I think-
radio and say nothing about no woman.
No, you
hey,
can't.
yeah, I like Cardi B because that bitch fine as fuck. And then oh shit, how come the feds?
Yo.
You can't say call no woman no bitch or nothing like that.
I think all men will pay for Bill Clinton's,
His sins.
for his sins, man.
Yeah, but listen, think about it. If you think about it for a second, those motherfuckers feel stupid.
Yeah.
It's in by default. This is a goddamn movie. But just imagine if they impeach him, put him in jail, throw him away. We'll be fucking bored.
It's very true.
I would be bored. It'd be back to politics as usual. Them motherfuckers lying. See, he lied and just don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all, I'm lying about this shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he
It'd
don't
be
give
like, this shit is this comedy to me.
Yeah.
I enjoy going back around the corner. I miss the news cycle and I come back.
I
Look
laugh.
at the game and I go back there. What that motherfucker did? It's like, what that motherfucker Trump did now?
Every morning I get on Twitter and I go. I don't even check my feed. I go into the trending topic to see if I'm like, he's got to be trending. He said some wild shit this morning, didn't he?
It's like what that motherfucker did. It's a fucking reality show unlike no other. You know what I'm saying? So I look, hey, the rest of the world, the rest of us, that motherfucker ain't doing nothing to us.
Right.
Ain't no president put no money in my pocket.
Absolutely not.
Barack was in that bitch. I thought I was finna be paid more. I ain't got a damn motherfucking dime when that motherfucker was in president for 8 fucking years. I love Barack. I love Michelle. That's a beautiful thing. Nice, But them motherfuckers ain't make me no money. I ain't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So whoever the president, I don't give a fuck.
Still got to do for yourself.
I got to do me. I got to get my money. You know what I'm saying? He does not affect my money. Unless you start fucking around. Insurance, that shit is high as hell.
Yeah, of course.
That affects, the end result. But at the end of the day, all them motherfuckers about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everything that they do and the moves that they make is about money going into their pocket and the motherfuckers who put money into their campaign.
Yeah.
And that is politics. And but again, this some fucking made this is entertainment. I want the motherfucker to go to jail. I want him to go to jail, pardon himself, get back out, go back in the White House because the bitch is crazy. This is good. This is good TV.
Would you say this is the in history, this administration is probably under more investigation than any other? Like you talking about
the federal.
The feds investigating the feds. How many motherfuckers he started out in his cabinet? That ain't there no more. A bitch just the woman just quit today.
I think
another motherfucking freak just quit. She like, fuck this shit, I'm out the door. This shit going down up in here.
The VP is probably the only one left, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pence the only one. Now that motherfucker I wanted to go to jail. But
they both gotta go. It can't be one and then
you gotta get both of them motherfuckers. But then again, who the fuck is gonna be the president? And when they get rid of him, this shit is crazy as hell. This motherfucker is, it's so crazy. This motherfucker is endorsing a fucking accused pedophile.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You would have never thought no shit like this was happening in America.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This shit.
And the people in Alabama, they with the shits too.
Exactly. Fuck that shit. We don't give a fuck. We pedophile or not. Fuck it. He took the pussy from the little girl. Fuck it. We still vote for Roy.
Oh, man.
Anything but one of you fucking Democrats.
Yep.
But then you know what? The crazy part about it? Why we don't take that same attitude as black people?
I don't know.
Man, fuck that shit. I'm down with Luke. I don't give a fuck how many nasty records he made. Nigga, I'm voting for Up.
I'll vote for him.
But again, we don't take that attitude. He had the girl shaking their ass on the stage and shit, and he had this going on. Yeah, motherfucker, you enjoyed it. Same motherfucker that enjoyed it don't want to vote. Oh, I don't want to vote for him.
Listen, the last time you was here, I think I said it off mic, that my first experience in Miami, it was 2000. It was early 2000s, I think it was. And I went to a Luke show. It was for a convention that was out in Miami.
Oh, early 2000s. You went to the real shit.
Bruh, it was lit. And the chicks, they had a Hennessy bottle, and she put the whole shit in her shit.
Nah.
In her vagina.
Yeah, that's
She sat on the joint.
Nah.
At a Luke show. And she was from the Bronx.
She's from the Bronx?
Facts.
Yo, y'all got her number?
Yeah,
come on, man.
The New York girls are the freakiest girls in the world.
Before we wrap this up, man, since we're talking about politics, what's your take on the proposed gun law allowing conceal and carry across state lines? Specifically, now, in New York City, they got the three, no, not even the 3 strike. It's, you can't, if you get caught with a gun that's not registered, that's an order 3 years. Yeah.
So they enforce that? They really enforce that?
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. Like when Plaxico Burress shot himself. Yeah. He had to do 3.5. And Prodigy got caught with a gun. He had to do 3 years.
3 years. Oh.
So minimum. So it's like now with the proposed conceal and carry, cats from Pennsylvania that's licensed could come into New York.
They could pull up
and be like, "Yo, I got all this. What's up?" And
well, you got to understand the NRA runs America. The NRA runs everything. I mean, when you got kids getting murdered in schools and shit, white kids getting murdered in a massive murder, and they don't, some people want to impose gun laws for the mentally disturbed. They want to okay, look, we need to know whether we need your medical records in order to sell your fucking gun. They oppose that. Right. And then the politicians like, okay, fuck that. We're not enforcing those laws, and I mean that's just the nature of the beast. Big bank take little bank, and the big bank is the NRA, and the NRA does what? They tell the politicians what to do, and if the politicians don't do what they tell them to do, then the motherfucker who running against them, they'll give them double the amount of money to beat you, and the guy who has the most money is the guy who wins. It's never the best guy. Right. The best you don't have the best politician. You are the best motherfucker who sold out to some conglomerate or some special interest group. In the Republicans' case, it's the guy who sold out to the NRA. You know what I'm saying? Who got the most money because he convinced them that under no circumstances he will be changing any kind of gun law. He don't give a fuck if you blow up the whole world with the gun, and you have everybody, running around that, and that's how powerful they are. And so, I'm not surprised that just make people buy more guns.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah. I mean, in Miami, I just got on the plane the other day, and some motherfuckers shot up the police 3 times in the broad daylight at a Walmart.
Wow.
That shit is a regular occurrence every day.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody doing no gun laws because, again, the NRA controls the politicians.
And he hide behind the Second Amendment.
Yeah, and our dumb ass goes out and vote for the motherfucker who we see the most commercials on. The motherfucker with the most commercials, don't vote for him. That bitch paid off because it take money to buy them commercials.
Yeah.
The guy
it's
with
paid
the
advertisement
guy
by dick blower.
Because they promoting him. Oh, him and his family, they're such great. Bob Swinger is going to do the good things. Bob Swinger is a part of the social club and this. And yes, I love Bob Swinger.
Yeah.
He's great. And the old white lady and the old black lady and the church man, the pastor, he got his check too. Oh, yeah, I love Bob Swinger. And, our church, we love Bob. And before you know it, Bob got all them goddamn commercials. He running against another guy who ain't got the money. Vote for the motherfucker who ain't got the money. You might see a sign, a poster, or something like that. Vote for him. And he's not affected by the special interest. They ain't bought him. He already coming in mad.
Right.
Like, you motherfuckers, I know y'all ain't give me no money, so he is going to do the right thing. And that's what we do in Miami. I put my power and my constituents behind the candidates who don't get the money from the special interest groups. Because that's what I did. I ran for office. I ran for mayor knowing I wasn't going to win. But then people understand my politics because I went around the entire county talking about, the political process and my understanding of politics. So I got a large base of people that follow me. It's like I got a whole fucking party. I call it the hip-hop party. And so what we end up doing is, when there's an election, they motherfucker need my endorsement. So they come sit down. What you gonna do? Who the fuck is endorsing you? This one here is endorsement. Okay, no, who giving you the money? Don't have me go pull that shit out because it's public record. This one, and that's what people don't do. They're not educated on the political process. So I know a lot of them that are not. So what I do is I go in and be educated on. So they look for me to then say, hey, Luke, who we fucking with, huh? Because you deal with this shit all the time. And then I be like, okay, we fucking with John Doe. Yeah. John Doe, he going to be all right. They got a governor race running right now. Yeah. And everybody looking to see who I endorse. They got to come sit there and, motherfucker, what you going to do for our people? Mm-hmm. And if you don't, I can see your ass in 4 years. Motherfucker, you got to run again, and then I'm going to be a real nigga about it.
Vote him out.
Yep.
Yo.
See you on election day, baby.
Yeah. Hey. Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
It's been real, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I always appreciate coming through here, man.
We can't leave without getting this top 5.
My top 5.
Well, he did that
top
last
5.
time, so
it changes up though.
Top 5
top
with
5.
So you got
top 5 rappers, dead or alive, all time. Top 5.
Top 5, man. That shit that causes all kind of problems, man.
It does.
That shit goes
it
viral.
Does.
Luke said fucking Pac ain't on the list.
Well, now the new thing is because Mason Cameron had a little thing going on.
Oh man!
So now it's like who's the top 5 bad boy rappers? That's the new.
That's something hot right now.
I won't tell you in what order.
No particular order.
No particular order.
It's your
I would
list.
tell you. I would say Jay-Z. I would say Big. I would say Pac. So now I'm down to 3. I would say it gets tough when you get down to the last 2 because I fuck with Big Daddy Kane. And Nas and all them and LL.
LL.
You know what I'm saying? So LL got to be on my Mount Rushmore.
That's 4.
So
Big, Pac,
so I got
Jay,
one guy.
LL.
Yeah, you know, them my guys. I fuck with them because I listen to it not because of what hits you made, the creativity.
Right.
You know how you change that shit up. You know, like L, for instance, motherfuckers be like, what the fuck you put LL on the list for? You put LL over fucking this guy and that guy?
Absolutely.
And, you know, dudes have an argument, but then my argument to them would be like, man, LL
Mama said knock you
here.
out.
Yo. Mama said knock you out, my radio, and then LL, I need love. He jazzed that shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Girls with extensions in there, You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and you know, and I might have to put my homeboy Ross on there.
That's a sturdy.
Because Ross, listen, I put Ross on there not because he my homeboy, but because Ross
he got bars.
Changed his shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ross will give you this, and then Ross will give you that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of other, you know, it's a lot of young guys out there. You got the Meek Mills, and you got the Drakes, and you got the Lil Waynes and all them. But Ross is real creative.
Mm-hmm.
Every album is something different.
Yeah.
And it's something fly. It ain't the same shit over, delivered the same way. You know what I'm saying? The lyrical contents and the style ain't the same. You know, he'll switch his style up, you know, on different beats and all that. You know, so, you know, it's tough. So I try to have a combination of the old guys and the young guys, but Kane and, you know, shit.
See, in my mind, I always look at those guys as like the Mount Rushmore, so I don't include them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you take them off?
Yeah, I don't include. So in my era, I was like mid '90s, late '90s, and up. So I don't include Jay-Z, Nas no more, and Pac and Big anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because they're like the Hall of Fame.
So
I go. So my list would be more '98 to now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Jay and Nas, they're gonna be on there anyway.
So then, So you put it that way,
Kane, Rakim, they Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I'd like to do it.
See, you have to tell me that. Next time we'll do
next time.
90 on back.
Yep.
Because I'm old as fuck and I've been around with all these motherfuckers. When I was a DJ, I was spinning
Doodle Brown.
I was spinning Tila Rock. I was spinning motherfucking you name it. I was spinning fucking Mantronics and Eric Sherman and all that shit.
Sherman, man.
So I mean, I go way back.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hip-hop
So it becomes
royalty.
different for me versus y'all young guys.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure and honor once again. Thank you for rocking out with us. The Combat Jack Show. #Combat Cancer. Yo, man, Uncle Luke, much more success to you, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man, and look forward to being here. And I just appreciate you guys having me. And get well, Combat Jack.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to pray for you, boss.